O.J. Simpson went from being one of the most beloved athletes in America to one of the most infamous figures in history. How does someone who once embodied success, fame, and fortune end up being entangled in one of the most shocking criminal cases of all time? You might know O.J. for his on-field brilliance or the infamous trial that followed, but what led to his tragic downfall? In this video, we'll unravel the twists and turns that took him from glory to infamy, and explore what his story reveals about fame, power, and the dark side of celebrity. O.J. Simpson's story is one that's filled with triumph and tragedy, but it's not just about the man himself. His life raises bigger questions about fame, fortune, and the dark side of celebrity. O.J. went from a football legend to a household name, known for his charisma, achievements, and later, his shocking fall from grace. But what led to this dramatic shift? How did someone once adored by millions become the center of one of the most infamous criminal trials in history? His case isn't just about a celebrity scandal. It's a reminder of how easily fame can turn into infamy and how quickly a person's reputation can be shattered. In fact, many still debate whether justice was truly served in his case. This topic matters because it's a reflection of the pressures and dangers that come with public life, showing how fame can distort a person's reality and, in some cases, lead them down a dark path. By exploring O.J.'s rise and fall, we uncover the complex relationship between success, fame, and the human psyche. So, what went wrong? Let's dive deeper into this tragedy that continues to captivate the world. O.J. Simpson's life is a tale of incredible highs and devastating lows, and it all began on the football field. In the 1970s, he was the face of the NFL, a superstar with a magnetic personality who captured the attention of millions. Known as the Juice, O.J. was celebrated for his athleticism, his charisma, and his pioneering role in breaking racial barriers in sports. He became a symbol of success, not just for African Americans, but for anyone who dreamed of reaching the top. His image was flawless, the perfect embodiment of the American dream. But as we know, the higher you climb, the harder you fall. Fast forward to 1994, when the world watched in disbelief as O.J. was accused of the brutal murders of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman. The case quickly became more than just a criminal trial. It turned into a media spectacle that captivated the world. The trial, known as the Trial of the Century, divided public opinion and raised serious questions about race, celebrity, and justice in America. Today, O.J.'s story is still relevant. In a world where social media and constant surveillance magnify the lives of public figures, O.J. Simpson's rise and fall offer a sobering reminder of the risks that come with fame. It forces us to confront how public perception can shape a person's destiny and how easily someone can be torn apart by both the spotlight and the darker forces of their own life. His case remains a crucial lens for examining the intersection of celebrity culture, media influence, and the pursuit of justice. As O.J. Simpson's fame grew, so did his sense of invincibility. He had it all: money, fame, endorsements, and a seemingly perfect life. But beneath the surface, cracks began to form. In the years leading up to the infamous 1994 murders, O.J.'s personal life was far from flawless. Friends, family, and acquaintances began noticing troubling behavior, including allegations of domestic abuse against his wife, Nicole Brown Simpson. In fact, O.J. had been accused of violence before, but his celebrity status seemed to shield him from facing serious consequences. Many people were shocked when O.J. was arrested, but perhaps even more surprising was the fact that, despite all the evidence, he was acquitted. How could someone with such overwhelming evidence against them walk free? The trial itself became a media circus, drawing in millions of viewers across the globe, all glued to their screens, fascinated by the drama unfolding. The prosecution's case was strong: blood evidence, a history of violence, and even a bloody glove that seemed to fit. But the defense team had something even more powerful on their side: doubt. O.J.'s defense team, led by the infamous Johnny Cochran, introduced a shocking argument that would sway the jury's opinion: racial bias. Cochran played on the tensions surrounding race in America, suggesting that the Los Angeles Police Department had framed Simpson because of his fame and race. This strategy shifted the focus away from O.J.'s actions and onto a larger social issue, effectively turning the trial into a debate about racism and the justice system. Was OJ innocent, or was he simply a victim of racial injustice? The jury's decision to acquit him would send shockwaves across the country, but it also left lingering questions. What happened behind closed doors that led to such a polarizing outcome? Did OJ truly escape justice, or was this a case of an unjust system at work? The answers might surprise you. Keep watching as we dive deeper into the events that led to his downfall, and the twisted aftermath that continues to haunt him. The true turning point in O.J. Simpson's story came after his dramatic acquittal in 1995. For many, this moment marked the end of the trial, but for O.J., it was only the beginning of a much darker chapter. Despite being declared not guilty in the criminal trial, the shadow of suspicion followed him for years, especially in the eyes of the public. He couldn't escape the haunting question: was he really innocent, or had he simply beaten the system? In 2007, OJ's life took yet another dramatic turn. This time, it wasn't about murder, but theft. OJ was arrested for armed robbery in a Las Vegas hotel room. He and a group of men had forcibly taken sports memorabilia from a dealer, thinking the items belonged to him. The irony was impossible to ignore. This time, OJ wasn't accused of murder, but of committing a crime that seemed to be rooted in his obsessive need to reclaim his past glory. The 2008 conviction sent him to prison for up to 33 years. It was a far cry from the lavish life he once lived, and a stark contrast to the image of the untouchable celebrity he once projected. But this second trial didn't just expose OJ as a man struggling with his past. It also reflected how the world viewed him after the murder case. OJ's actions had caught up with him, but not in the way anyone expected. The very public nature of his original trial, with its focus on race and celebrity, had left a lasting impact on how OJ was perceived. The public, now weary of his antics and scandals, saw him as a figure who had always felt entitled to get away with anything. What makes this part of the story so fascinating is how it reflects the complexity of fame and justice. OJ's initial trial had turned into a media spectacle, but the subsequent trial showed how the public's opinion could evolve and turn against someone. While many thought he had gotten away with murder, the armed robbery conviction served as a bitter reminder of how fame can warp reality. It also posed a bigger question: could someone like OJ ever truly escape their past, no matter how many years had passed? The answer remains unclear, but one thing is certain: his story continues to be a haunting example of the power and pitfalls of fame. O.J. Simpson's rise and fall remind us of the complexities of fame, justice, and the human psyche. His story is a powerful lesson in how public perception can shape one's destiny, and how easily someone can go from being a hero to a villain. Despite being acquitted of murder, his later conviction for robbery showed that past actions have a way of catching up, regardless of how much time has passed. Ultimately, OJ's downfall is a cautionary tale about the dangers of entitlement, celebrity, and the fragile nature of reputation. Can anyone truly escape their past? The answer may surprise you. If you found O.J. Simpson's story as shocking and thought-provoking as we did, make sure to hit that like button. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think O.J. truly got away with murder, or was it a case of systemic injustice? Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into fascinating stories, and share this video with anyone who loves exploring the darker side of fame and justice. Stay tuned for more content that challenges what we think we know about the world's most notorious figures.